Hangouts on air, and this will be recorded on YouTube also. So I'd say other than Tom and I, and the guys at the end there, you won't be able to see your faces. So as long as you don't talk, then nobody will know who you are.
No one will know you're here.
If you're worried about that, otherwise,
all right.
Good to go. All right, so Mary?
You going to play the music, or are we?
No, this is the
yes.
raw, unedited version of the...
Yeah, absolutely. This is the raw, unedited version of the Sunday Morning Linux Review. If you wish to listen to the final version, please go to our website, smlr.us.
The Sunday Morning Linux Review with Mary Tomich, Tom Lawrence, and Tony Bemis as the Beeper.
And this is episode 191.
Penguicon
2016.
I just thought of that.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's the name of the show every year we're here.
Okay.
Anyway, this is Tony Bemis.
Mary Tomich.
And Tom Lawrence.
You're right. You're right, Tony. It is the name of the show every time we're here. I tried to make it sound new and exciting. I mean, the actual convention is always kind of fun, but we're kind of, we thought we were going to be in a suite, in a nice little suite broadcasting, but there's a little bit of a change. So now we're in one of the convention session rooms. That's right.
And it's actually not a bad room. Everybody can sit around. It's more, I think, informal and personal, sitting around like this, other than, last year we were in a big room and there was, everybody was off in the back. And if you were going to talk, the mics couldn't pick you up and blah, blah.
And now we're joined by 9 of our closest friends.
Yes. I like it. There's a table. Everyone's sitting here.
That's right.
It feels like a round table discussion now.
It does. But anyway, so we're here, and normally what we do at this point is kind of catch up on what's gone on.
Yeah.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Mary.
I'm actually kind of excited about this. Well, actually excited, and there's sort of a little funny story with it. Last time we recorded, I was saying that yes, I was going to order my Linux desktop, that it was going to be the year of a Linux desktop in my house, right. Despite it never happening anywhere else, apparently. So I went to Zareason. I ordered my Linux desktop. I ordered the Limbo. Now, I'm not sure why. Well, at the time, I didn't know why they called it the Limbo, because I just thought that's kind of an odd name for a desktop. But it has 4 gigs of RAM. I ordered, I have 2 hard drives in it, and I told them to put Kubuntu on it and then put my home on a separate partition, etc. So I had that all in the instructions, and last week my system arrived. So I was kind of excited. I took it out of the box. It really looks cool. Again, it only has 8 gigs of RAM, but that's enough for me. Yeah. Because the one I use now only has 4, and it's just kind of wheezing along.
It's always exciting when something new comes in. You can pull it out of the box and plug it in and play with it.
Wait. Did you say plug it in?
Yeah.
No, because the folks at Zareason forgot to include the power cord.
Oops. Oh, that's not good.
So it suddenly occurred to me why it was called the Limbo, because that's where the customer sits while they wait for the power cord to arrive.
It was living up to its name.
Yeah. So it did. So I was completely annoyed, and I just kind of had to settle down and count to about 100. And I called them and I said, I don't think I've got a power cord for this. And they said, well, that could have happened. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why did it happen? Where's your checklist? I didn't say that to him, but I am going to send an email to the president of the company, a very nice email, because, aside from the fact that somebody dropped the ball with the power cord, I've always been satisfied with Zareason equipment. I mean, I've got a laptop here that uses it. This was my Zareason laptop, and I'm contemplating ordering another laptop from them. But again, they dropped the ball on that. So, So that was one of my exciting items. And then I started the file transfer process. Because I only have 40 gigs of free space left on my Dell Inspiron desktop. So I've got to start moving that stuff over, and I started that process, and it's finally finished.
All right.
Oh, so anyway, but that's aside from preparing for Penguicon, that's what I've been up to.
Yes,
cool,
fun stuff.
All right.
So what's going on with you, Tom?
Oh, not a whole lot. been, obviously excited about Penguicon, been going around doing my talk. I did my BSD talk. I did my Mensa talk on open source, which was interesting. Usually people don't start throwing questions about elliptic curve encryption at you, but they did. Ooh. And they like math a lot at Mensa, which was fun. It was, the talk went really well. It was interesting. They've actually invited me to come speak at a couple other events. They're going to get with me on that. So I thought that's kind of cool. I guess they have like this open thing they do, and they're always looking for speakers. And we were joined by a few more guests, I think.
Yep, there's
more chairs.
There's some chairs over here. Even though there's stuff by them, you guys can sit down.
You can just pull them out and just have a seat. And just know that you might be in the line of camera fire there, which is right up there. But that's for the hangout stream.
There. And hold on. Wait.
There we go. And while Tony deals with the logistics, Tom, I wanted to thank you again for coming out to the Southeast Michigan BSD user group meeting and speaking of pfSense. It was very interesting.
The pfSense is so in depth, and of course the disappointing thing happens. I do my pfSense talk. I put all the slides together. There's many hours ago in the production of that because there's a video that goes with it, and then they updated the interface significantly. I knew it was coming, but I didn't realize how much better it would be. And pfSense did need a facelift. Feature-wise, my talk is fairly accurate, with the exception of someone pointed out that in the default setup for OpenVPN, they do default to part of it being SHA-1. And it's just a simple pull down to SHA-2, but that's still in the new version as well. The wizard defaults to a SHA-1 key. So,
and the significance of that for anyone who might not be fully up to speed with that is what?
It is potentially
I'm not saying I'm that person.
Yeah. No, it's potentially insecure. There is theoretically that you could correct that. Well, not theoretically, it can be done. You just have to be determined.
Okay.
Or have the NSA's resources. And
yeah.
But other than that, I'm just getting ready to put together some. I'm going to take the open source talk that I did with Mensa, and I'm putting that into a presentation. That'll be a YouTube video as well and part of my blog post. So me a lot of interest in it. So there's that. And I'm also, the presentations I've done here are the business class networking on a home budget. That went really well, and that's going to be turned into a YouTube video. I talk a lot about the Unify devices that we use, which you can really build a nice network at your house for not a lot of money to handle it. Because these consumer devices that they throw everything in just don't do everything great. And I mean, great, they are $29.95 at Best Buy to buy some cheap router. But if you're like me and there's a lot of devices, and it's because I have kids and they have tablets and they have laptops and they have a Chromecast. So next thing you know, they added up, okay, there's 28 devices in my house that are all Wi-Fi connected. That just isn't what these $29.95 routers are meant for. But for a few $100s, you can put together the same stuff that some of these enterprise companies are putting together for roaming access. So yeah, I'm going to be putting that talk in as a blog post as well. So the products are very affordable.
And so that is something that somebody could repurpose an old computer and turn.
Yep.
And I wonder who's going to have an old computer sitting around.
Exactly. You can find these all over the place for little or nothing.
Right.
A lot of people realize routing does not take massive horsepower to do. It does. Even pfSense, the boxes they sell run on Atom processors, which are the low wattage, not too powerful multi-core processors that Intel makes. I mean, these are like little 8 and 12 watt devices. They don't take a lot of horsepower to do routing. So you can take a really old computer and still have no problem with your 100 megabits of internet if you're so lucky to have it.
Wow. Speaking of low wattage, I was going to mention something too. I'd done some YouTube surfing, looking for information on converting. I've got a battery powered some little lights and things that are run off 3 AA batteries, and I'm tired. And I like these lights, but I want to make them USB so I can plug them into a USB port. And it is really great. There are several videos out there that will show you how to rewire the battery powered lights, or whatever you've got, and turn it into a USB powered device. And not only that, Tony was mentioning to me, because I was going to check on this too, is that you can then take one of those little adapters, the phone chargers, and just plug this thing into it, and you plug it right into your wall. So free from batteries. So that's.
What's nice about the wall plugins is that they even actually give you typically give better power than what the laptop can.
Yeah. Well, that'll be good.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. So anyway, and Tony.
Very cool.
Or Tom, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh no, that was
it.
Yeah, that was it.
All right. Well, this week, before coming to Penguicon, I was setting up a new switch at work, network switch. And as I was booting it, it said, loading the Linux kernel. And this is a Cisco switch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the iOS NX version. It actually is running the Linux kernel. So I thought that was pretty cool. I had heard about them looking into doing that a few years ago. And I think the idea behind it is it can then become modular, where vendors can create plugins and add functionality to routers and switches. So it sounded pretty cool.
It's pretty neat. And a couple of shows ago, we talked about Facebook building on, they call them their Tor box, which is the top of router, top of rack. They're really, really high speed. Basically, Facebook kind of went to Cisco and them and said, we need to be able to do incredible amounts of switching in real time and filtering. And Cisco said, yeah, we can't do that. So they spec'd out the same hardware that Cisco runs on because it's capable of those speeds and built an open source Linux kernel cut down. So I'm willing to bet that Cisco, since already someone did the legwork on it, has these special compiled kernels on there, and realizing we better embrace it or someone's just going to do it without us.
Exactly. Yeah, so that was pretty exciting.
That's pretty cool.
And then Penguicon this year, I had there's some pretty good talks.
What was your favorite?
My favorite,
besides your own?
Well, was my own. Yeah, Internet Security for Lay Geeks. That actually wasn't too bad.
Yeah, Tony did a good job talking about security.
Thanks. Yeah.
I wasn't sure what a lay geek was.
It's
because a lay person, you know, does that mean if you're kind of a self-educated geek?
No, I always thought like a layman is somebody that
okay.
doesn't have like all the technical knowledge about how to run a computer. It was a big mix. It was people that were professional, IT people for large corporations. There's somebody from University of Michigan.
Yeah.
They had done a large dual security rollout.
There was a cryptographer was there.
Yeah.
He was kind of interesting. And then there were folks.
Was there.
Tom was there.
I don't know if I'm interesting, but I was there.
I was just another maybe not so pretty face, but then there were new people there, people that you could tell by the questions they asked. But what I think was really nice about the talk is that the contributions from the audience, I think, really helped to further enrich your already well thought out presentation. So I thought it really went well.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know there's a few people in here that were there too, and you all gave some pretty good input, and I really appreciate that because it was a couple good things that it gave credence to me, or that I'm actually know what I'm talking about, and then added on that other people are doing similar things, and so it was cool. Yeah, I appreciate it.
And if we can get even one more person using dual factor authentication, we've done something. I feel accomplished. If I can get one more person a day converted.
Yeah.
Oh,
two factors so much better.
I realized I put the dual on my phone, what we use for our site, and it's not connected to the site. So I was trying to get my password.
Oh.
And I ended up not getting in there because it's not set up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And what we're talking about is we have, even for a lot of our own devices and for our website, that's my website, we use Duo Security, which is a two-factor authentication system. They're based out of Ann Arbor, awesome company. And
I didn't know that. I didn't know they were based out of Ann Arbor.
One of my friends works there, or used to.
Oh, okay.
And they're a great place.
What's really cool? I'm on their meetup group, and they do a lot of security talks.
Yeah.
I want to say every 2 weeks they do one.
Yep.
And they're really a lot of interesting stuff. I haven't been able to get out there for one of them. But being local, it's really nice. Yeah. Anyway, so I said the other exciting ones I've been to is networking for sysadmins. That was a pretty good one from Michael Lucas.
Oh, I thought that was very interesting because even though I'm not really a sysadmin per se, I thought the information he provided was very informative for me. Just as far as understanding the network layer, the stack.
The idea is to give the administrator, a server administrator, kind of the idea of basic networking knowledge, so that they are able to work nicely with the networking team on.
The people who work with the physical layer versus the software layers of it, they don't always agree, and they love to blame each other. And then user goes, "Which one of you can I choke, please?"
Right.
Yeah, so that was good.
Yeah, and then there was Raspberry Pi talk. Basically, they scrolled through a ton of really neat projects that people have done, and they've talked about their. It was the writers of what is that? Hacking the Raspberry Pi or something? I can't.
I got to submit
remember.
my Pi Shredder project to them because I've had some interest in it, and I did a little video review on it. We have a challenge. We have to, anytime computers come in, we have a retail store, and computers come in, and we want to make sure we do the full 3 DoD wipe. But that becomes tedious and it takes a long time. So we came up with a simpler way. We took a Raspberry Pi, we put it on a shelf, and we plugged in some USB hard drive docks, numerous ones. And automatically when you plug a hard drive in, it just shreds any hard drive that you put in there. Now we came up with a script before we ran it on a Raspberry Pi, and it became dangerous because you had to make sure you didn't shred the wrong hard drive, and you'd be running it on one of the local workstations. Like, okay, this could end badly. So we decided if we dedicate a Raspberry Pi, and as soon as it starts up, it runs the shredding tool, and you plug it in, and the light blinks until it's done shredding, and you just eject it when you're done, and you have a 100% blank hard drive. And we have a pile of not done and done in a box. It's really, really simple process. All the not done ones are here, all the done ones are here, and then they go on the shelf. Because unfortunately, the one hang up we have is it won't do smart checking because they're plugged in USB, and only the latest Raspberry Pis have a rudimentary SATA interface, but I haven't figured out whether or not we can pull smart status over them. Because we actually, before we put the drives back on the shelf, although it's not the most accurate for health of hard drive, we do check the smart status on them. Smart status sometimes starts out as good, and after you shred them, after you've walked an entire drive, then it goes bad. So it's kind of a nice test because the drive's now had the head walk 3 times all the way across the drive, writing and reading random numbers. So we check it for that, and we put it back in the pool of drives to use for used.
Yeah, it works good. It's a really cool project.
We drew a logo for it.
Did you?
We get Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He stands above it, and he's holding a hard drive, and it says "Shred it."
You should submit that, Tom.
Yeah, it's a fun project. It's all on GitHub too, so it's all everything's open source.
That's a great method for sort of repurposing drives, provided they survive that method or that.
Before I submit it, should I take the profanity at it? It actually comes out. This will F your driver. You sure you want to run it like when you kick it off?
I don't know. I bet there's a lot of maintainers out there who love that. Put a couple asterisks
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're it's just like when we once in a while when we review the Linux kernel, we look at the Linux kernel swear count, and we see how that's trending occasionally, which is kind of amusing.
Yeah. All right. I think we need to keep moving.
Let's move on.
I think so.
All right. So
we want to hear from you. Call 734-258-7009 or email show@smlr.us with your feedback and questions.
All right. So some stuff we got from the last few weeks. An email. We got an email from Alan Weldon, Alan. I'm not sure but I know Tom, you replied to him asking questions about the Unify router.
Oh yeah.
So you're able to throw some links over his way. So thanks for checking in with us. And like I said, Bill had emailed me about he's a enterprise developer for doing work with like MariaDB and Oracle SQL Server stuff. He's done a lot of Node.js. So I'm going to be getting a hold of him. The email came in yesterday, right in the middle of Penguicon, so I didn't get a chance to reply yet, but I will be soon. So thank you. Did you guys see anything else?
I think, Tom, you had, there was a question about one of the wireless.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, that was the Unify.
Oh, that was that one? Okay,
yep.
I'm sorry. I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah,
right.
and I'm actually going to also reply once I have my, because I put together how from out of the box, how to set those up, how to configure them. So I'll be posting that as a full review on YouTube. Because they just added some new features that made it easy for home users. There's now an app on your phone to configure them with a QR code. So you don't have to go through the more complicated setup of software and setting it up. You can literally scan it with your phone, set what your SSID and password is, and save, and done. Now you have a home router that you set up in like 5 minutes. It's actually easier to set up and secure than most of the other ones because it defaults to security. It goes from not set up to secure setup. You actually have to choose open if you want, versus some of the out-of-the-box routers are insecure. As soon as you plug them in, people can jump right on your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, very cool.
Excellent. All right.
All right.
We're going to move on?
Yeah, moving on.
Distro Fever, where we cover the latest hot distro releases and news.
All right, so I was thinking we'd probably keep this a little short since we have other things we need to move on to. But the few things that I saw for the last couple weeks that came out is G-Parted came out yesterday. So that's always a really good program.
Well, you know, the one that really caught my eye was, I think, Quirky. There was a release of Quirky Linux, which of course is from the Puppy family. And what is interesting about that release is that it allows you to install from the Ubuntu repository. So even though it's not you know, an Ubuntu spinoff, you now are able to install from the Ubuntu repository. So that's kind of nice. So anybody who wants some of the Ubuntu goodies, but maybe don't want to deal with systemd, you can certainly
right. Yeah,
use
and
that.
there was a plethora of Ubuntu this week.
Oh yes.
All the Ubuntus have been released. And actually, there was the Ubuntu release party was Friday night.
Yes, that's where I got my power cord from friend of the show, Craig.
Yeah, I have that sticker on my Penguicon badge, the official Ubuntu release party.
Yep, I do too.
That's right.
Amongst the
I got to talk with a gentleman from Canonical for a while.
Yeah, yeah. And
how was that?
Good.
Pretty good.
Yes.
So I didn't know Mark was here. Mark.
No, not him.
I'm kidding. I know. I'm kidding.
The guy from
I'm
Canonical.
kidding. I'm kidding. All right.
Kind of related is was it called Debian? I love the title that they have. It's fully released now, but over on the register it says the Graybeards have forked Debian and have a systemd free version. That's the title, and it's a whole write up. They got it all released and everything now. It's pretty cool. So if you if you hate systemd enough, you can move over to a newer, updated release of Debian without systemd.
Or you can run that Ubuntu with the BSD kernel.
You can do that too.
So which I am gonna be trying out at some point soon. So I'll probably have a little bit of a report on that. So let's see. So yeah, Quirky's caught my eye. And of course, because FreeBSD recently released 10.3, GhostBSD has got a pre-production release. So even though it's not production release, I'm looking at that, and provided I get past my little problems,
maybe they'll fix LibreOffice for you.
yeah, I don't know what happened, but I won't go into detail.
It's not launching for you right now.
Yeah, I've got some. I don't know if it was my last update or not, but
yesterday was GhostBSD
Mhm.
Alpha 1. So you ready for an alpha?
Right.
no, I'm not ready for an alpha. It'll have to be a release candidate,
All
2
right.
or 3 before I'll
Got
put
it.
that
Are
on.
you
If
ready?
it's not production.
Not feeling that experimental?
Yeah, no, not that at all. So, but anyway, yeah. So Quirky was the one for me off the list that really had me kind of. I think I'm going to take a look at it. Perhaps on one of our upcoming episodes when I'll do a distro review, I'll take a look at Quirky.
All right.
I like the name too.
Yeah.
Quirky.
Cool.
So anyway, anything else on?
I
distros?
upgraded to the latest Kubuntu, the 16. That went boringly smooth.
That's
my
good
laptop.
to hear.
Yeah, my laptop updated. I would say it's a little bit more stable. I haven't
Mhm.
had some of the quirky crashes I was running into seem to have just kind of went away.
Mhm.
Nice, stable, works well. A little bit of a facelift. They made KDE prettier. I still like it a lot.
Mhm.
I may or may not try it on my desktop. I'm still going back and forth on that. So
Yeah, well, if you've got enough RAM, I mean, KDE's.
I need a better
Some people
video
say it's
card.
bloated. I just say it's full featured.
yes, yes.
But the other thing too, and we've talked about this a few times, KDE Connect.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I had my phone downstairs, and when I was working on my desktop prior to arriving here today, I wanted to transfer my files to my phone because I had a feeling I might have wireless problems. And so I'm up there and I right click on it and said transfer to my phone via KDE Connect. I clicked it and I heard the message downstairs. It did the little message sound and it was on there. So
Yeah, it's been really good. I mean, since I loaded my
Mhm.
laptop, the only thing I noticed when I upgraded it, and I know it's somewhat of a deprecated project, but they removed it from the the Kubuntu edition, is I can't load XChat anymore, my favorite IRC
Okay.
client. It's my favorite one, not because of any other reason other than it's configured right, and it's just have been with me for years. They removed it.
Oh, did they?
You have to add a PPA to put it back in. They said you should be using HexChat because there's no more development for XChat. It's been forked over to HexChat because the developers kind of fell off like almost 6 years. I didn't realize it hadn't been updated in 6 years. Ain't broke, don't fix it. It's IRC.
Well, yeah. But one thing, one that I use that I kind of like is Quassel. I don't know.
I haven't tried it.
I became aware of it when I was running PCBSD because that's one that those guys use. And I gave it a try, and I kind of liked it. It's relatively straightforward. Got the job done.
Yeah. I'm probably going to go with HexChat because it looks just like XChat. So
okay.
Yeah.
My familiar environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mint moved over to HexChat in the 17 release or 17.1 or something like that.
So what do you have to chat in hexadecimal, or what's the deal with the hex?
Yes, I do.
It actually looks identical to it.
Make my life challenging.
Although if you copy your config files over, so you don't have to reset everything up, those are all different. So you have to rename them, and there's some tweaks you have to do. So
yeah, I haven't done that yet. It's on my to-do list.
Right.
I'm lazy. I put a PPA in and just load it.
All right.
Well, if it works.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're going on to
tech news and views.
All right. So Tom,
2
million certs for Let's Encrypt. Many.
2 million. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's Encrypt just hit 2 million. Let's Encrypt, if you're not familiar, is the free SSL project to get everything encrypted. I used it. I started using it, I think, as soon as it was kind of sort of out of beta and it was accepted in all the browsers. For things we didn't need to have encryption but wanted to, we loaded on some of our servers. It went really well. The update thing they have for this, pretty cool. I've never renewed an SSL certificate that easily. It does it automatically. Their SSL certs don't expire yearly. They expire every 90 days by default. And I don't think there's an option to change that, but because they have a really easy script to renew them, there's not a big deal. You can renew it before the 90 days. You can renew it every 30 days just because you can.
Yeah.
And it just can run in a cron job.
Yeah, I set it up in the cron job, so I really don't have to do anything. It just automatically does it in the background, and we're good to go.
The only thing we had to modify on the script is we had to rewrite it. I use a proxy for it, but you can use it as an SSL proxy, so you can have other servers, because it doesn't have support, for example, for IIS. I'm not using IIS, but I have another unusual web server for our remote support software that we proxy through Apache, and it works fine for that too, doing the SSL certificates, but the config file doesn't recognize the proxy, so you have to pause, swap the config, restart it, load the patch, and put it back in. But it works, and it works really, really well. The downside is it wants root access to do this. Upside is you can find a script that doesn't need root access. That way you can run it on more servers than just servers you have root on. So if you're using like on a hosted system, there is a script floating around out there. It's on GitHub that will update it if you don't have root access.
Cool.
So like for shared hosting. DistroWatch added a list of hardware vendors on there that they're keeping up to date for all the places you can get Linux-friendly hardware. And the company that forgets power supplies is on there too. There's a reason. So, sorry, not picking on them.
Are there any new ones that you noted, Tom, at all, or just there's like System 76.
System 76 and I have not heard of Chimpbox or Slimbook and Ministry of Freedom.
Ministry of Freedom.
Pretty cool names.
Right.
Yeah.
But the other ones like IX systems are on there, which you make the different NAS devices, Purism, Los Alamos computers, but there's a list on there. This is nice.
Emperor Linux, is that on there? I think they used to.
Yeah, Emperor Linux is on there. Yep. So this is a good place if you're looking for something out of the box that works. Sometimes it's a common question.
Yeah.
Especially because of my next article. Apparently the power support is dreadful, as they said. Yeah, someone's dropping something on her head.
Right.
Anyways, the new chips, the Skylake chips from Intel, Linux does not fully support the power management on them, so they're not really sure. They're working on it. Linus has posted about it, but there's
does that mean your fan will run at all times?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, they work at full power, but they don't want to work at the low power. They have some interesting switching options that basically turn off the processor in some very enhanced ways. That's been around for a little while. They've enhanced it even more into Skylake. They're supposed to be super energy efficient and power on demand. Well, they haven't got that documented well enough, or the Linux kernel guys haven't developed it. I don't know where that argument lies, but it's not working is the bottom line. So be careful if you're running and buying the latest, greatest, newest hardware, which I never do. I have this laptop's a few years old. It's a quad-core i7. You can pick this up for a few $100s. It's incredibly fast. Why? It's not substantially faster to go to the Skylake i7.
But it originally came with what? Windows on it? Windows 7 or something?
I'm sure there's a Windows sticker that's been peeled off of this since the day I got it.
Well, there's one you could peel off right now.
Oh, that's right. I did leave that one on there. I should peel that one off too.
I'm just kidding.
It's just covered up. The important words where people can see it. There's a Linux sticker on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Firefox got GTK support. And apparently, if you have some GTK themes, it makes it look like 1995 again. I've been seeing a lot of complaints about it, but you have full GTK in there, of course, only on the Linux version of Firefox. But if you have some themes, because there's apparently some compatibility issue, but it's their first release, and it's release 46 of Firefox that has that. And
I thought Firefox always had GTK because every time I opened it, it looked like it was a GTK app.
Not fully. They fully integrated on there. So I guess that anytime you load on Linux, it's got full GTK support. Apparently, that's new, at least according to their blog post for version 46. But then when I went down to people talking about it, everyone's like, it looks like 1995, and they're trying to figure out how to recompile it without GTK support. So it just works. Yeah, it looks very retro. Some people had some screenshots, and I'm like, yeah, that's really bad. Like, it's not following the theme properly, unless they use like a completely default theme. But who wants to do that?
No,
Linux is about customizing it. So
that's right.
That's and May 3rd is, according to Defective by Design, the day against DRM. That is May 3rd. We should celebrate in EFF.
Burning all of our
burn all the DRM.
I have to watch it one last time before I do that.
Yes. That's May 3rd, so just a couple days from now. Or if you're listening to this, it's already happened.
Tuesday.
And hopefully something major
No,
occurred.
not this one. This one will be today.
They say May 1st.
This is,
Today's May 1st.
So people listening live, it's 2 days from now. People downloading this, I hope it was an awesome day. And that's what I have for the
it's not going to take me 3 days. Well, it might.
It may take Tony 3 days.
Well, we'll try not to let that happen.
Right.
His arm's better now, so
my arm's better. Actually, I finished up
Are you able
classes
to lift
this
a beer? I think the true test is if you're able to lift a beer.
I think I can. I didn't. I'm so used to do everything with my right hand. I haven't really tried it. Although I've been lifting my coffee with my left.
That's good.
So yeah, now it's good. Everybody in the room. I don't know if you've been watching or listening, but I had my bicep tendon tore.
You got upgraded.
I had surgery to get it repaired. So I have 3 more weeks of no lifting with my left arm.
I had to schlep all his stuff.
So yeah.
So, but that's okay. I didn't mind doing it, Tony. Just carrying the camera stuff and all that, just because I know you had to get better. So.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
All right. So, interesting news, Tom. Anything else?
That's all I got for today.
All right. Did you see that Richard Stallman posted something on his blog last Monday about ZFS and Linux and how you can't run you shouldn't run ZFS on Linux. Not according to the GPL and it's all in the license. He says
it's all in the license. I did it during the ZFS talk here at Penguicon by Michael Lucas. That was addressed by a guy from Canonical.
Oh,
yes, you can.
Okay, and that's good because that was at 10 o'clock at night, and I have to say I was so tired. I was home sleeping.
Yes, you can, and the future is ZFS in Ubuntu. They are all in on it. Licenses are sorted out to their satisfaction. Let lawyers figure it out. There's not. They think everything's copacetic, and they have no problems doing it right from the top on down. That was actually what a lot of discussion was. They are running the preferred system. They don't expect it within any short term to be a boot option to boot off of a ZFS file system. So you're still going to probably have Extent 4 for your boot, but all the data you care about and the way the server setups are going to be is not LVM, but ZFS. So you can basically boot it up, set up a Extent 4, all your server, your databases, everything are going to be on a ZFS file system. That is the way Ubuntu's doing it. That's the way they're going to prefer it on the servers. That's like the roadmap where it's all going.
But it seems like, it almost seems like taking a sledgehammer to pound in a 3-inch brad in a way. If you're thinking about Ubuntu desktops.
Yeah, it's not likely a desktop. It's more of a server scenario.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's way overkill for a desktop. Especially if you're wanting one hard drive and you're not doing backups to somewhere else for like
because that's what I've got. That's what I had.
ZFS has such superior support for snapshotting, backups, redundancy, and it's basically an always clean file system that, no matter how you unmount it, for the most part, it's very, very stable. So it's popular for putting databases on. It allows them to easily create snapshots or duplicate data, or as they're using it, as he was explaining, how they use it across data centers for duplication.
Yeah, well, so I think it'll be, as that moves closer to fruition, it's going to be interesting to see how the discussion will shift and evolve.
There's just no other file system, he said. He went over the list. I can't remember the whole list of file systems. They're all like on the list. He says the only one being like really actively pursued is ZFS internally. He says, yeah, okay, there's this one and that one. He goes, but everything, they're pretty much going all in on ZFS as the future. Yeah.
And actually, one thing too, in the DistroWatch distros for Ghost BSD, that next release, that 10.3 release that they'll be coming out with, you'll have an option of using UFS, which is a Unix file system, or ZFS. Yeah. So even they're moving over there.
Yes, there's not, like you said, there's not a good desktop case used for it, but for if you're running server and you're running databases, you have a series of websites hosted on there, and you need to make snapshots of it. This is an easy way to do it.
Yeah, I think the hardest part for me, because I ran it on this laptop when I was running PCBSD, and I think the hardest part for me was not seeing partitions, simply because I'm used to having a separate partition where I could, just a number of different things.
Think that's more of a, maybe you said this, but that's more of a BSD thing, not a ZFS thing, if I remember.
Well, the way the way ZFS handles the groups is a lot different.
You will, it's going to be, I think it's going to, for some folks, it's going to be kind of an adjustment, especially if you're used to appreciating the separateness of partitions and being able to get to them separately and or individually. So but I think ZFS brings a lot to the table as far as snapshots, copy on write, and a number of other features that it's just that you don't really have now with some of the file systems in use. So cool. So that was the news item I had. I just kind of caught my eye, especially because ZFS and all that.
Richard Stallman was in town too, right?
No, I did not know that.
Speaking at Oakland University, I believe yesterday.
No,
wow.
Wednesday.
This Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay, this coming Wednesday.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be Oakland University Wednesday night. I think 7 o'clock or 6 or something. I don't know. And the problem is, I wanted to go, but it's hard for me to justify it with my wife because I have Penguicon this weekend, and then Wednesday night would be that. Thursday night's the podcast meetup, and then we're going to be out at some family stuff on Friday. So
you could just say, hey, I'm going to be there for family stuff on Friday, but I have to do this thing.
Right.
That won't work?
No, not this time.
Just trying to be helpful. All right. So
cool.
All right. Well, that's really all I had.
Yep. I found a few articles. One actually, it's not the same article you posted, Mary, but there's
the same topic.
Yeah, the same topic where the Lansing power or utilities company. It's the state of.
Could you read the title of that article?
It says BWL in limbo from cyber attack. Right. And that's the utilities. It's actually run by the city of Lansing, which is our state capital in Michigan.
Oops.
You're right. And they had a cyber attack where it took down their accounting system. And they say that everybody sells power and water. And the worst thing that's happening is they can't go and shut people's power off.
Horrible.
They don't know who owes what. And so that's in limbo part right now.
Well, I think if that's not an eye opener for state and federal government, I don't know what will be. I mean, well, in addition to that, to the hospital kinds of, those are slightly different, but it's the same concept.
Yeah, in this article, maybe it's just from the Lansing State Journal. They didn't get technical on it, but it didn't talk about what the attack was or where it's going from. They claim that no customer data was lost or stolen.
No, because it's all encrypted now.
I thought that from the article that I saw, I thought an employee had clicked on something in an email, and that's what precipitated. That was the vector in. As I recall, unless I'm confusing it with another cyber attack.
Maybe I should go and give my talk for them. That one of them was don't click on things in your email.
Yeah. Tell them all the time.
I see those things come through, and it's. Although I have fired up a virtual machine just to see what happens. But
the latest one is called Locky, and its latest incantation uses a really interesting Java dropper that's really, really good at getting by antivirus software. Our phone started ringing a lot for support on Tuesday and carried into Thursday for lots and lots of people that seem to have bypassed the antiviruses. No problem. We encrypted their hard drives. The good news is the people we have recommended use OpenDNS seem to be saved from it. It only dropped the file that says your files are encrypted, but did not encrypt the files. The reason for that is OpenDNS has been actively watching for this, and they block all of the sites that hold on to the encryption keys. And if the software is smart enough, it won't encrypt your hard drive unless it can verify that the attackers have got a copy of the encryption key, because that way they can get the money to give you back the encryption key.
Right.
If it can't drop off the encryption keys, it doesn't encrypt, it just installs.
Yeah, and what the OpenDNS is doing, they're not blocking the traffic.
No.
They're not giving the DNS resolution from the name to IP.
Right.
So if it can't say go to this name, it's going to a black hole, then it's never going to get to the attackers.
Yep. So it actually saves a lot of people just by doing that.
Right. I know a lot of people actually use it for content filtering other than viruses, but for for children.
Their parent
schools
company called Umbrella does that.
Yeah.
They sell it as a service. They have a free version for home, and then you can get the paid version.
Yeah. What's neat with the free version is you could still set up custom redirects.
Yes.
So whenever somebody clicks on a bad site or bad link or something, it actually pops up, and you can put your own logo in there and stuff and saying, hey, don't go here. So if your kid clicks on it and it pops up with your picture yelling at them, they'd be like, oh no, I'm in trouble.
That's a good way to remind them.
Yeah. And then a few other ones I found, articles, is Google patches high security flaws in Chrome 50. So I didn't know that Chrome got up to version number 50 already, but
I wasn't aware of that either, but I'll take your word for it, Tony.
Yeah. Anyway, there's 9 different vulnerabilities that they patched, and they paid out over $14,000 in bug bounties, with the highest being a $3,000 for the high security flaw. And there was multiple mediums that they paid out at $1,000 each. So the link will be in the show notes about the specs. It goes through and the exact CVEs and out of bounds, write blank, and use after free bug and all sorts of stuff. So it's really interesting if you're into that.
Okay.
And then also Firefox came out with a new version that's
47.
Yeah.
Just only 3 behind.
Oh no, 46.
46
releases. 47 is in public beta right now.
Okay.
But Mozilla patches 46. That's what it is. 10 vulnerabilities in 46.
Okay.
So yeah. Kind of on a related note to that. So Google went around and set the date for 2016 that they're going to be deprecating everyone who uses SHA-1 in the websites for security, because there's a potential for cracking it. But Google is telling people to do one thing, but doing another internally. When you add the repositories for Google, the newest 16 series of Ubuntu's, they look for SHA-1 and say, no, that's not a good enough security. So they follow Google's protocol. Google has no date as to when they will update to SHA-2, because all the Google repositories in Linux are all SHA-1.
Oh,
so you get an error every time you do an apt-get update that some of your repositories failed. There's not a workaround. You simply have to, it will download them. You can force it to download all the updates from there, but you get a security warning every time that Google server. So the irony of Google telling everyone to do it, the date has come, it is built into Ubuntu, and now they themselves have no predicted date. And the Google Chrome team is actually very vocal about it, going, we don't control the server certificates. This is at way above us, because this goes across all of the Google downloads for everything are only using these SHA-1 certificates. So yeah. It's all across Google. They're only using these, even though Google's actually put it into Chrome that they're going to start giving security warnings on websites that are old and still use that. But they themselves use it. Oh, by the way, all Google sites are immune and automatically blocked inside of there for that. You don't get security warning on Google sites that are using it. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, why would you roll it out and not do it yourself?
Right. But that's pretty bad.
And then put an exception in your code to ignore it.
Definitely. All right.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
All right.
must be time for, or I'm sorry, Tony, are you done?
I am done.
All right. I knew that. All right. Well, we're going to move on to the Linux convention scene.
Yeah.
And this is for the month of May 2016. And we'll start off with May 11th through the 13th in Vancouver, British Columbia. That's lovely, Vancouver, British Columbia. I've heard it's beautiful out there. I've never been. We're going to have ApacheCon North America. This convention will bring together the open source community to learn about and collaborate on the technologies, projects driving the future of open source web technologies and cloud computing. Now, in conjunction with that convention, actually, it's not in conjunction exactly. I think it's going to front end it. Is the the Apache Big Data North America, because Hadoop, which is the big data technology, is managed by the Apache Foundation. So that's going to be just before the ApacheCon itself gets started. So we've got that. And then we have, let's see here, at about the same time, but in a different city. For some reason, I thought I had the date in here. DrupalCon. Tony, you'd be interested in this.
Yeah.
It's in New Orleans.
Hey.
And can you bring it up for me? DrupalCon 2016. And while I talk about it, you can then, we can share the date. For some reason, my notes here don't have it, which is kind of unusual. But anyway.
May 9th to the 13th.
There you go. I knew it was about the same time.
Next week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is one of the largest open source communities in the world, the Drupal community, that is. And so they're going to come together for this big event. So bring your questions and challenges. You're tired. You're people yearning to be free. Oh wait, that's the wrong statue. But anyway, at DrupalCon, you're going to learn to make, think about, and do things differently in Drupal. So they've got quite a few session tracks. They'll have things like UX, DevOps, project management, and then PHP, which of course kind of caught my eye because I like PHP. So, and those are the May conventions that I was aware of. So if you've got any others, speak now or hold it for next month.
I think the Kansas Linux Fest is coming up, but I can't remember the date.
I did a search, didn't see it, but it might be June.
Well, let's see. KansasLinuxFest.org says
May 21st to the 22nd.
Oh, there we go.
21st, yeah.
That's in May as well.
Thank you very much.
It's at Wichita State University.
Mm-hmm.
The event is free, but we ask you to please register.
I like the logo. Look that up. That logo's cool.
Yeah.
Penguin holding a little
piece of wheat. Yeah. Top of wheat.
I've not been to Kansas. I've heard that's all that's there. A penguin holding a lot of wheat.
Yeah, it's pretty flat.
But they are they're gonna have a lot of Linux stuff going on there. I think a lot of sessions and a lot of Linux goodness. So that's Kansas Linux Fest, May 21st and 22nd. So Tony, thanks for filling that one in.
Well, Tom got it actually before I did.
Tom did. All right. Well, thanks you guys for helping out.
It was a race who has the faster laptop. We actually have the same one. He just has the i5. I have the i7 version. They're the same model.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna claim a handicap on this one because I'm running the Google Hangouts right now. So.
Oh yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
All right. So anyway, so that's the Linux convention scene for May 2016.
All right.
So we're on to
the music this week.
all right.
And I don't know what we're gonna play. In the past, I've always found somebody here that's been like that's either a music track or something that we've been able to talk to. And this year it wasn't as big or wasn't as popular or something, and I didn't find anybody.
So you're saying there's no music, or
it will be random music. How about that?
Hey, what about the 8-bit chip guys?
There was some retro gaming going on this table yesterday.
Okay.
So
all right.
That's
fitting. Channel it then.
We can channel the
all right,
8-bit joy.
So when you listen to the final version of the show, you're going to hear some really cool music. But for now, we'll just sit around and look at each other while Tony finds something.
Oh, it says royalty-free 8-bit retro soundtrack.
Yeah, royalty-free music. There we go. We have our music.
Here's my volume button. It's right there.
Function F7.
I'll let it play long enough for me to blink. So.
All right.
Reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah. That's kind of good.
Yes.
Actually, it's surprisingly sophisticated for the
Atari, Nintendo,
yeah.
my TRS-80.
Yeah, usually we'll cut it out after a few seconds.
No, this is good, Mary. Let's let it play for a minute.
Mary's not the fan of 8-bit. She's motioning. Things you can't see. We'll have to describe them. It's like charades.
Things you can't see for 25.
Yes.
The hook.
Yeah. She's trying to tell us, like, don't play any more of this.
All right, Mary. There you go.
All right. Hey, I think it will be good, though. You can tag that onto the recording of the show or the recorded.
Yeah, I will definitely. The full version will be in the edited version.
Okay.
So even the guys here in what studio with us or in Penguicon.
Yeah.
Well, it's studio today.
You want to hear the whole thing? Or
Right.
you can just hit stop once you get to the end of the show. All right. Speaking
all right.
of which.
Yep. So we've come to the end of the show. You've been listening to the Sunday Morning Linux Review. This is episode 191.
Penguicon.
Yeah, and this is Tony Bemis.
Very.
That's right.
2016
Oh, yeah.
Penguicon,
Okay.
in case you're wondering.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
And this is Tony Bemis.
Mary Tomich.
And Tom Lawrence.
See you next time.
You've been listening to the Sunday Morning Linux Review. If you would like more information about this or other shows, go to smlr.us. Feel free to send comments to show@smlr.us or give us a call at 734-258-7009. I'm John Miller. If you don't like it, you can
bite my 8-bit metal ass. That's bite with a Y.
All right.
All right. So there.
So that's the end of our first our podcast, and that'll be the one I'll release this week. Hopefully, if I have time, I'll do it tonight. Get it out tomorrow morning or midnight or something.
Yep.
Whatever comes through.
I'm going to use restroom for our next show.
Yep. And then we've got our little game thing that we're going to do for anybody who wants to stick around. There's a T-shirt.
Yeah, we're going to do audience participation with the next one.
If we can get
game.
if we can get this thing working, that's my only.
I can, it does, will it reach over here? Because I'll plug in and get it set up right now.
Sure it will, Tony. I'm sure it will.
All right.
Here, let's just try it.
I had to keep my coffee over here so we don't get it mixed up.
Could you pass me that little? There's a.
Yeah, thanks for coming. It was really nice meeting you.
Yeah. Oh, nice meeting you too. Thank you so much for coming.
See you guys. It needs to reach to
here.
Somewhere here in the back.
Yeah, there you go. Is it right there? Okay. Now let me just get. Oops.
Here.
There we go.
Hey.
Just curious what you're using for your mixing and everything.
Yeah, so we're actually using the audio equipment from Podcast Detroit, and it's a podcasting group here in the area. Right now, we're in Ferndale, and it's a.
Right. Does that mean you guys move about?
We typically are the studio in Ferndale.
Oh, okay.
And it's just this weekend is the live.
We have SMLR bucks we're going to be passing out for our show as part of our game. If we have anybody here that still wants to hang out and
don't go away. Yeah. So like I said, this is all their equipment. In the past, we've used almost the exact same mixer, except for not the USB version. I had the Xenex 1202. And then Audio-Technica mics. These are unidirectional mics. So even though it's pointing up, it grabs everything within, I think it's 3 feet with really clear, or no, 1.5 feet or something. It's about this range. But it also picks up everything in the room. And yeah, so these are very similar. Actually, I think these are the same mics we have in the studio. But in the studio, it has a better suspension and stuff. So
you got a shock mount and everything.
Yeah, exactly. And then the laptop, actually today it's not doing anything because it can't get connected to the internet, right? But it does live stream and recording on there.
You do your do all your mixing and everything in Audacity? I think
I do noise removal in Audacity, and then I actually do everything else in Q-Tractor, which it's a multi-track editor.
Tom,
heard of it, but
did you ever try the HDMI?
Yeah, it's actually
we're gonna run
really
it up,
complex
Tony.
to set up
This is just
because
not
you
gonna
need
work.
to
Um,
have
Did you ever try the HDMI? The full HDMI
jack
with,
set up.
When you were
So,
setting that up?
do you know
Because this doesn't
Podnuts?
have it, I couldn't.
Gotcha.
But
They're
I have a
another
dock I ordered
podcasting
for this that
group.
does.
I
didn't realize the
that
dock
they do
did.
all like
I just assumed
the
money
dock
sort
didn't.
of stuff.
Yeah.
So I ordered the
For a
dock.
bunch
This
of
was
different
$15
shows.
for the dock.
But
I'm like,
they
why didn't I
have
have
a
this before?
VM
Oh yeah,
that has
that'll be
it all set up already.
that'll work. Well, we'll just
And
go
they
ahead
said, hey,
with
Tony, you can
that.
have it if you
Tony's-
want it. So I got that.
I'm gonna shut
All I
this
do is
down
bring
because
up our
this is gonna be
recording,
completely
Send
useless
it
to
through
me.
those filters.
And
And
I'll
then I
just run,
tag
we'll just
in
run this
a
thing off.
couple of the
Okay.
sound bites at the
So,
beginning and
all
the end,
right, should we, Tony?
and then export, and we're good to go.
We probably should get ready to roll here.
Okay.
I mean, sorry, I don't mean to.
Yeah,
No
I
I
just want.
apologize for sounding bossy.
I don't know if that one's mine.
We just wanna,
I think I finished my first
Oh,
one.
I need
That's
to-
why I had to pee. I drink a bottle of there. I drink a thing of tea. I drink 3 coffees.
I just need to be on
I'm gonna
Where'd
fix
you
this.
get that projector? I'm interested.
Oh, the projector, I got it online. You could probably go to Amazon and get it.
What's the name of it?
AXA.
It's a cute little thing.
It is. It's not gonna power a big auditorium
No,
at all.
This is like for the MD level thing.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is not a white wall, so it's kind of got a odd little thing to it. I'm just gonna shut this.
I'm pulling it up right now.
I think it was around 300 and something.
Oh, they're less than that now.
Yeah, they probably are. Tony, I'm gonna move this over.
wherever you want to put it.
Okay. Gonna put it right here.
You can get your chest at probably in a good place.
It's still, yeah. The one that she has there, that this is a 1280 resolution, is 369.
Yeah, it's about. not
But
too
they have
far
some
off.
smaller ones.
There we go. Yeah, there's
What's
kind
the
of like a
resolution
little,
on this one? They have a few smaller ones for like 249. And that
I
one.
just thought the resolution and the quality was just high enough that you actually use it, you know?
Yeah, this one, the problem is until you get above the $300 mark, they're all like 858 by 480, so they're
Yeah,
just not
they're-
very significant.
They're,
Well, that one's cordless though.
Yeah, a lot of
That
them have
one's on
that
batteries.
features. Well, they have a feature, a lot of these to run on battery packs, which is pretty cool.
mhm.
But if you want that higher res, it looks like they're, oh no, they do have a 1280 one for 259 right now.
Really?
Yeah, that's a really good price.
I'd snatch that up.
Yeah.
You want me to go in and see if I can make an adjustment through this? Bring the menu
I
back
think
up.
that's a cable issue.
Yeah, it's a
It wasn't doing it for you.
720p
Yeah,
LED
I
light
thought
source
it
for
was a little bit.
259.
It's
That is a
kinda-
really
you
good
think it's a
price.
Cable issue?
I like
It
that.
gets pressed all the way in?
See how much the loop is on?
I think it goes,
Yep. It is
It goes
a
that first
150
way.
lumen.
And what is this?
I just never
What
seen it.
model is that one?
it looked like it had a keystone thing on there. I wonder if it's got a
It's
keystone by mistake.
P300,
P300?
AAXA or ADXA.
So what is the P?
You know, normal room lighting is still.
Yeah, but the problem though is that.
This is
it,
400 lumens, so the 150
Okay.
lumens pretty weak. But
Oh, there, we
you
got
better have
part
the
of
lights
it.
off or it's not working.
We got most
Oh,
of it.
no, I know what the problem is.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, so
And this supports 1280. This one does. Yeah, this looks like the one to get this P300 model.
oh, there you go. See, and I didn't have any choices, and that was my problem. Okay, you should have it now.
KDE didn't like this though. My laptop locks up on the VGA when
Yeah,
it
there
plugs
we
in.
go.
It
We
wouldn't.
got it.
It's working fine on his.
Yeah.
It literally locks up the OS until I unplug it.
Hey, Michael. Good to
But this
see
one's
you.
369 for this exact one. It seems to be the highest rated one on
Yeah,
Amazon
there we
too.
go. Hey, it's all right. There we go.
All right.
Look at that.
All right, and we have. I'll just have to stand up. Okay, so
All
we'll
right.
get started again here,
You can
right?
project it on Mary.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I can scoot over so you can sit. You can go this way.
Yeah, why don't you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
just
I'm gonna need a
stick
mic.
You're
them
probably going to need a
Yeah.
microphone.
Yeah, there we go. That's true. And
All
Tony, yeah, we're not gonna reveal it ahead of time, but it'll they say whatever it is, and you click it, and
Yeah, you
then
explained. Yeah, you explained to
Yeah,
me yesterday, so
okay.
that should be good.
Great.
All right.
All
So we're
right.
going to be starting our second show. This will actually be released next week, Sunday.
All you people who are still here are going to get some kind of an award. But
Just for hanging out with us.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So.
All right. So.
You
All right, you ready? Yep.
Yep.
The Sunday Morning Linux Review with Mary Tomich, Tom Lawrence, and Tony Bemis as the Beaver.
And this is episode 192.
Yeah, fresh looks, old wine in new bottles.
That's right.
And I don't really care because I'll drink it anyway. But no, just kidding. Actually, what we're doing in this episode. Oh,
this is Tony Bemis,
Mary Tomich,
and Tom Lawrence.
Sorry about that. I just got so excited about this episode that I just forgot what I was supposed to say. So thanks, Tony, for keeping this on track.
No problem.
What we're going to be doing in this episode, and for those of you who are listening to the recording, where we are is we're at Penguicon this week or this weekend. And this episode is kind of a special one because what we've done is we've dug out some old trivia and we have turned it into an SMLR Jeopardy. And we are going to, there are going to be a couple people who will perhaps volunteer from the audience and they will compete. And the winner is going to get a SMLR shirt, and the person who comes in second, I don't want to say loser, but the person who comes in second is going to get a kind of a cool poster. So I think in today's parlance, everybody's a winner. But anyway, so that's what we'll be doing.
Are we doing buzzers?
I can slap the table.
Yeah, slap the table. Yeah, that's right. I know, and I don't have bells or anything like that. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's what we'll do. Well, you'll hear a table slap, and that we'll have an answer. So, do we have who wants to participate? Okay, we have one person. Well, this will be easy. All right.
No
Anyone
buzzer
else?
needed.
Anyone else? Hey,
Okay.
Right.
The prizes. I'm not smart enough.
oh, that's okay. You don't have to be smart enough.
Fun. Yeah.
All right, come on.
Not knowing
Anyone?
the answers is much fun.
Yeah,
Make one
the
up.
questions are going to be kind of fun anyway because I've dug out some interesting ones. Yeah, come on there.
Brian, come on. You
Come
can
on,
do
Brian, you can.
it.
I'm gonna lose,
Even if
but
you-
I'll do
That's
it.
okay.
Well, then you get.
Don't sell yourself
I
short
get
because
both prizes.
We can have all that.
that's all right. All right, so let's go ahead here. We're gonna now. Of course, we've got SMLR bucks, so you're gonna win dollars, or you're gonna win these $100, depending on in the form of Jeopardy. I'm just gonna pass these out, mainly because I spent time printing them in color, so I'm not gonna let them go to waste. But anyway, so we'll go ahead. So who shall we have go first? Oh, let's introduce our participants. We have Brian, who is a friend of the show, and we have
My name is Jay.
Jay, who's hopefully a friend of the show, or maybe hopefully still will be at the end of it.
He's friendly. Sorry,
All
he likes
right.
Linux.
All right.
Forced to be here.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So Brian and Jay, we'll go ahead. Jay, tell you what, because you're the person who volunteered first. Do I have to
He's the
explain
actual
any more?
excited one to be playing.
Yes,
the game.
exactly.
Yes.
We had to drag Brian kicking and screaming to this.
Right.
So, all right, Jay. So why don't you go ahead and just select a category and.
I'll select distros for 300.
Okay.
Ooh.
So just go ahead and click that.
You gotta tell us what the categories are.
Oh yeah. Thanks. Somebody's keeping me straight here. We have no, don't just leave it there. We have distro. We have kernel names. Yep. We have potpourri, which is kind of an assortment of stuff. We said who said it, which are basically quotes. And actually, we have got distro names. Did I say that already?
Yep. And commands.
And yep, we got commands.
And we got who said it.
And who said it? Yep. So kernel names, who said it, distros, commands, and potpourri. And our first question is on, what was it, distros for 300?
Distros for 300.
Distros for 300. So this graphical version of a minuscule Linux distro weighs in at a full 16 megabytes.
Tiny Core Linux.
Go ahead and you can click it. What is Tiny Core Linux? Jay? Yeah. Oh yeah. You got it. Oh yeah. That's right. Just a reminder. In the Jeopardy thing. Yeah,
is
there's
same
your-
for
you're
Linux.
just- okay. Now, Brian, be sure to hit the table if you know the answer too. All right. So I think since you got it,
How do I go back now?
The
Oh, I
There
hit
you
the
go.
home button.
yeah. All right. So click the home button there. That little
Maybe do
button
I have
at
to
the
do
bottom.
it actually?
There we
Oh,
go.
no, oh no!
Go hit the home button.
I clicked that one.
Oh, you may have to click that one.
There we go. Okay. There we go.
Yeah,
All right.
it's all right.
All right. So
You're listening to the unedited version.
300. Yeah. 3 hours later, they finished the game.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Go ahead, Jay.
Commands for 200.
All right. Yeah, there it is.
Commands
For 200. All right. This command exponentially multiplies itself till all the system resources utilized and the system hangs.
That's it.
What is?
Let's see which system resource.
It's all system. I'll give you a hint. It's all system resources. It just.
What is a fork bomb?
Well, yes, I had to put fork
Yeah.
bomb in parentheses because it was, all right. Okay. And I'm looking over at Brian. All right, we'll go on. You can hit the home one and we'll go on again. So, unfortunately, I don't think I can take off those. So we'll have
Yeah, it
to keep
does-
track.
Yeah, we'll have to keep track of what's
All right.
called.
So go ahead, Jay. You've got the board.
I'll take distros for 400, please.
All right, distros for four. Oh, he's going for the big money. Distros for 400. Now called Kali Linux, this distro originated from the merger of LATS and Auditor Security Collection.
I did know this one, but I can't make it come out. I'm sorry.
All right. Brian, you want to give it a try? You
No.
want to make something up? We'll put it out to the audience. Anybody in the audience know?
No.
Not bad, but not right. Thank you, Michael. All right, it is. Go ahead, Tony. Backtrack. Remember
Linux.
Backtrack? It became Kali a couple years ago, I think it was.
That's right.
Yes. All right.
I'd forgot about that.
Yes. Yeah, Tom, you can go ahead and yell. You just can't win a prize. If no one else does, because you know everything.
No, I don't.
All right, we're going to go ahead. Jay, you still in control of the board?
Distros for 500.
Distros for 500. That's probably an easy one. This Linux distro was the most popular in both 2014 and 2015. Brian?
Mint.
Tony? Well, in the form of a question, what is?
What is Linux Mint?
Gotta love that minty goodness.
And I'll
All
throw
right.
a fun piece of trivia. He knows because he wrote the book on Linux Mint. He wrote Linux Mint Essentials.
Yeah,
He's a published author as well. We have two authors. We have Mike Lucas and
I
Jay.
didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you,
wrote
Jay.
Linux Mint Essentials, Mastering Linux Network Administration. My third book, Mastering Ubuntu Server, is due out this summer.
Yep.
Awesome.
I'll be sure to buy
And
that.
we'll include you in
Ubuntu
the show
server
notes,
one.
so a link to it, because
Yes.
I imagine our
We
audience
will.
is certainly interested in what you wrote. So absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, and I'll even put that out on my Google Plus thing too.
Yes. I'll send you a link.
I mean, not that
So-
that will do any good. I've got there's a few listeners or a few followers.
But they're dedicated.
All right,
Hey.
we're moving on. So we are going on to Brian. I think you're in control of the
100.
commands for 100. All right, we'll go up that way.
100 or 400?
100.
100.
All right. This command will repeat the string that follows it until it's interrupted with a Control C. In other words, it'll just repeat whatever the string is. You enter the command and then you put a string after it, and it will just repeat that string until until it's interrupted. Okay. I guess that's anyone? Anyone else? Go ahead.
What is yes?
Yes.
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 Yes. Go ahead. What is yes?
Yes.
Way to go. And the BSD guy and my BSD hero over there. Yes.
Yes.
So. All right. So
Which one did you do on commands before? Was it 200?
400, I thought, wasn't it? Yeah, let's.
Either.
All right, let's go on.
200 if they've been done.
300, but
I think you're right. Okay. All right.
No, that's the one that was done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So 1 and 2 are done, and let's
Okay,
go to
300.
300. All right. This command displays the calendar for the current. All right. Who had it first? Okay.
Cal.
Go ahead. What is Cal?
What is Cal?
All right. There you go.
We got to say what is.
Enforcing the what is.
Yeah. The what is.
Yeah. That's right.
round 2.
Okay, we're now in round 2. All right, Brian.
Commands for 400.
All right, commands for 400. This command repeats a string until its process is killed. I think we just did that one. Yeah.
that's what we did.
All right, you're gonna. Yeah, that's yes.
I don't think so. It's not the same.
Question.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Until
100 before.
its process is killed.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that
No.
was yes also.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's the next slide.
Oh, okay.
I guess the question is it the same answer?
Do we want to?
Let's go. Well, we'll just go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes. It
It
is.
is the same answer.
Did I repeat that? What's that?
Oh, no. Why is it doing that? There we go. I appreciate it. Nobody would be able to hear us.
Thank you so much.
How long has that been going on?
Since the start of the game. Okay,
yeah.
we have to start over. Just kidding. All right. 500. Linux commands for 500. Yeah, it'll be very easy this time. All right. This command reverses any input while it is running. I'll give. Does anybody? Okay, I'll give you. Okay, guys. I'm going to give you guys a clue. The command is 3 characters long.
REV.
Yep. That's it.
There you go. What is REV?
Only because
All
I
right.
just did it in my talk I did when I was teaching people Linux.
All
Does
right.
it actually like print out every
There
character?
you go, Jay.
It just types in reverse. So everything you put in there just reverses.
Thank
it.
you.
So, like,
All right, so Linux
I
commands are
mentioned
done.
it's on
We're
my
done with
list.
Linux commands. We're moving on to another category.
Jay, what do you want?
Yeah,
Who set it for 300?
for 300. Okay. He said, open source is a development methodology. Free software is a social movement.
Richard Stallman. Who is Richard Stallman?
Okay. That's right.
All
You
right.
got it. $3 for you. 300, I mean.
Should look up my
All right, so
claptrap.
that's the middle one is done. Okay. You got the board, Brian?
Koopery for 100.
For 100. Okay. This animal of the Himalaya is projected to be the code name of the next Ubuntu release in October 2016.
Yakety yak. What is yakety yak?
There you go. Well, yeah, we'll accept that. What is a yak? And it's yakety yak.
All right.
Was that what was that? 500 or 100? Okay. There we go. All right.
Jay.
Okay. Jay, you've got the board.
We did all the Linux commands, correct?
Yep.
Yes, we have. We could do them again, but I think the audience would revolt.
One of the Linux distros we haven't done. Like, I know we
You
did
did.
500.
Yeah, we did.
I'll take 400 if it hasn't already been taken.
All right, let's just check. Oh, yeah, we did do that one. Yep. Go back to home. Thanks, Tony. You're a champ. All right, 200. Yeah, let's try 200. This Linux distro is more than twice as popular. I knew you'd slap for that one.
Ubuntu server.
That is
Yep.
exactly right.
Yeah. All right.
It's extremely popular. I didn't completely appreciate how popular it was till I.
Amazon's own Linux distro was number 2 on their own platform.
Yeah, on their own platform after Ubuntu server. So, all right, Jay, you're still in control.
Who set it for 200?
Okay. I think, did we say that one already? Oh, no, we don't. She said, we have a very active testing community, which people don't often think about when you have open source.
I do not know.
I'll give you a clue. Mozilla. Okay.
Don't know her name.
Mitchell Baker. She's president of the Mozilla Foundation. I had to get a woman in there because the rest of the quotes are guys. Okay.
It's who is Mitchell Baker?
Who is? Oh, yeah. Who is Mitchell Baker? All right. So we got that one done. All right. Who had the board last? I think Jay, you did, right?
I'll take Potpourri for 400, please.
Okay. Okay. The word for K in KDE.
K K desktop environment, so it's just K, right?
I believe that's right.
No.
Really?
What is cool? It used to be the cool,
Oh,
that was a long time
Whole
ago.
desktop environment.
No, he doesn't get 400.
No, he's got to get back 400.
That's how Jeopardy. Yeah, if you answer wrong, that's how Jeopardy. You lose.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you lose.
Oh, you do lose. Oh.
That's why I haven't guessed when I didn't know.
Okay, thanks, Jane. Sorry about that. All right. We'll go, let's see, I guess, do you still have the board? You still got the board?
Potpourri for 300.
Okay, we'll do that one. Ah! All right,
For
300, yes. Okay, this was the first CD-ROM based Linux district. Yes.
No.
No. Named after the Tree of Life in North Yggdrasil?
Never heard of it.
Yggdrasil? Yggdrasil? All right.
That's not.
Got to put $300
That's
back.
obscure.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was, I pulled that out of the stuff you gave me. Remember you
Yes.
sent me that
Yep.
link? I pulled that out of there. But you still have the board. You can probably get some of that back.
Potpourri for 200, please.
Okay. This location is where you can discard the standard output of a command.
It is /dev/null.
There you go.
Yay.
What is dev null? There you go. Oh, there you
That
go.
was
Okay.
300.
Yeah. That no is 200.
Oh no, there's 200. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
200.
We're trying to help the contestants, Tony. Just kidding.
Yay.
All right. Go ahead, Jay.
Potpourri for 100.
All right, we'll take that one.
No, I did that one.
Oh, yeah, he already did that one. Yeah, we'll go back home. Yeah, sorry, I don't have a way of taking them off the board.
The next one we did do is at 200. Did we do that one? Or is
I don't think
That
we
was the
did.
one
That
you
was
just
just
did.
did.
300?
Oh, yeah.
We did 300.
Yeah.
500.
Did we do 300?
Yeah.
I think we did.
That was the previous one. That's why you lost
Oh,
300.
then I don't know if we
Yeah,
did 200.
that's right, he gave it back at
Did
300.
we do 400?
I don't think we did 400.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did 400. I think 5 might be the
Did we
last
do
one.
200?
Yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah, that was the last one.
The
Yeah.
location? Okay, right. Okay, so I guess it's only
500.
500.
Yeah?
I'll take it.
What is the name of the graphical file browser in GNOME?
What is Nautilus?
There you go. 500 for you. Just give you back some of these that you gave up. 3, 4, 5. All
The only
right.
ones left now are just kernel names, isn't it?
Kernel names and some of the who said
And
it.
who said
There's
it.
still some who said it. Yeah.
I thought there was a few other distros.
I think we finished up
All right.
the distros. All right. So,
Kernel names for 100, please.
okay. The temporary container. All right. The temporary container a drunk keeps his bottle in. This. All right.
think I did.
Go ahead.
Container is just something that holds it.
Yeah.
So it's not like, no, okay.
Show the answer, Tony. Brown paper bag. That was a Linux kernel 2.2.1. So they came up, just to let everyone know, they came up with some really crazy kernel
Code
names.
names,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, all right. So you still got the board, Jay.
Did we do 200 yet?
We haven't done that.
I don't think we've done any on
Okay,
this.
I'll take 200.
Okay. If this Thanksgiving mainstay had lard on it, you'd have the name of this Linux kernel.
Oh, man, I knew this. Oh my gosh. I can't make it come out, so I don't my tongue.
Okay. All right, it is. What is grease turkey? And that was your Linux kernel 2.4.15.
Turkey.
Well, I have the tricky part.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta get it right.
All right, go ahead. You still got the board.
Kernel names for 400, please.
All right. The name of this Linux kernel is shared with the largest by population city in Japan. Also what you might get if you didn't pronounce Oklahoma correctly.
Heck with that. I don't care if I win or lose. What is Tokyo?
No, what's the last line?
If you didn't pronounce Oklahoma correctly.
So
Okay.
what Japanese name or city starts with oak?
Okinawa.
No. No, Yokohama.
I would never buy it.
It's Linux kernel stable 2.635.7. So
I thought Tokyo was the
Yeah.
largest city
It's-
worldwide.
it's by population. I think Tokyo is, well, that's what the trivia said. So,
I could swear Tokyo's largest city worldwide. It was between there and Mexico
Yokohama?
City.
Okay, well, we'll have to
Tom,
see.
Google it.
Google it. All right, we're going on. Who's got the board? You still have the board.
I'm lost track of what we haven't done. Did we
I think
take 500?
we have 300 and 500 left.
Yeah.
Tokyo's still number one.
300.
Okay, Colonel names for 300.
Then I
That's
don't
not it.
feel I should have lost.
So I think you gotta give this
Colonel
one
names
back.
for 300?
Mary, I don't think I should have lost because Tokyo is the largest
No,
population.
Tokyo, Yokohama is. They combine them together, and I don't know why.
All right, you'll keep your money. Well, they said
No, if they
Yoka.
combined it.
They're in the same prefecture. So it's like being,
I don't.
okay, here.
No,
Here you go.
Split it. Give them half.
Yeah, all right. All right, so, okay, here's for 300. You might see this Linux kernel's name if you were lying flat drunk under your fish aquarium. All right.
I want to know.
Yeah, let's go ahead. What is blurry fish butt? This is for Linux kernel 4.3 RC5.
I really didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
I would never guess that.
All right, go ahead, Jay. You still got it. I think we only got
500.
500 was left on here, right?
I'll take it.
Or is that
All right. No, that was the one we, yeah. This mono-wheeling simian might not attract much attention at a circus, but might have for this Linux kernel. Okay.
What's a simian?
It's that kind of egg assumption or something.
Yeah, yeah. Along that family. All right, we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead. It is, what is unicycling gorilla? And that was for Linux kernels 3.8, 3.9, and 3.10. So I was just, I was trying to give enough of a hint.
Did we cover all of them?
Yeah, we've got.
Did we do all?
I think we did.
Yeah, well, all we have left now are just the quotes.
A few of the distros left.
Did we?
Did we do all of who said it? Yeah, you went
Yeah,
down
it's the
that
quotes.
page.
Who said it?
All right.
I know we did at least most of them.
Check, you can check the question without the answer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
distro
yeah.
for
I remember
100.
that one.
Yeah.
And I don't know it.
You know that one?
In French. This
In
distro-
French, this distro is known as Chapeau Rouge.
I know.
Oh,
Come on.
Oh,
It's redhead.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Rouge red.
Rouge. Yeah,
Chapeau
Chapeau
hat.
is a hat.
oh.
okay.
Okay. All right. Nobody got, well, I mean, no,
Yeah.
thank you though. All right. We'll go ahead. Distros for,
Just,
let's check the 200 one. We'll just go right down distros here. Oh, yeah, we got that one already.
we
Back
probably
home.
got them all on
And I
there.
think 300 was Kelly.
Yeah, Cali. Okay. And we got 500, I think, didn't we?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
we got that one. Yeah, Jay already got that one. That was the tiny core. Yeah, I think we did get them all.
What was 500? I'm pretty sure we didn't.
That was, wasn't that Ubuntu? Or that was
Yeah.
Mint. Yeah, they're all done.
Oh yeah.
And
So-
then did we do all of the who said it?
No, that's where we got right now.
All right.
So,
And I think-
you want who said it for 300?
For 100. Who said
Yeah,
it for
he
100?
said software's like sex.
I know who
It's
said
better when it's free.
I feel like I should know this.
it.
All right, Tom.
Oh, yeah,
And that was
I-
Tom gesturing.
I didn't originally say it, but I have repeated it. Linus.
Linus Torvald said that. Okay, so we'll go back. We'll go ahead with who said it for 200. Oh, we got that already. I think it's down near the bottom where we haven't. Try. I think 300 we've got already. Try that. Just see. Yeah, see that was Stallman.
Mhm.
And then 400, I think we've got. Yeah, this is here. He said the strategic marketing paradigm of open source is a massively parallel drunkard's walk filtered by a Darwinistic process. Who said that?
I think I know the answer, but I'm not sure I want to actually put $400 on it.
So you think you know, but you don't want to put the $400.
I think he's here this weekend.
Is he?
But I don't know.
Then it's not who I thought.
Oh,
Okay.
I could be wrong. Maybe
All
I'm
right.
wrong about who I think it is.
Go
All right,
ahead, Tony.
so
Reveal.
Without charging, what would you guess?
I
Yeah.
was gonna say Linus. Sounds like
No,
something
that ain't who I was thinking.
Oh, Bruce
I was
Perrins.
thinking him
Bruce
either.
Perrins. Okay.
Oh, he's not here.
All right, we have one last, before Final Jeopardy, we have one last one. And that's for 500. He said, certainly there's a phenomenon around open source. You know, free software will be a vibrant area. There will be a lot of neat things to get that get done there. Who said that? All right. You'd be surprised.
Okay.
Who is Bill Gates?
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
The same person that said that
Linux is a cancer.
No,
Was it
that was
Ballmer?
Right.
Farmington Hills own Steve Ballmer.
So he was the guy that said nobody needed more than 400 or
640. 640K.
640K.
Yes, yeah, that's what Gates said way back in the day. So there we have it. Now we're ready to move on to our final Jeopardy.
Final.
Yes, so you can go ahead and click it.
Well, hold on. What's the scores? Because that decides how we vote too.
Yeah.
Well, you put in the middle of
count
the table what you're willing to risk.
No,
Well,
first
put
we
that
gotta
back
know
to
what
home,
each
yeah.
person has.
I shouldn't see.
He's got tons,
We
so I'm
shouldn't
just
see how it's
risking
bidding,
all.
right?
You're risking all of it?
I'm not risking all of it. But
You're gonna risk-
What is all, Brian?
600.
6.
Well, you risk
There's
everything.
3.
Okay, there you go. All right, so
All
go
right.
ahead.
All right, so this is Final Jeopardy? No.
Mhm. This is the year the Sunday Morning Linux Review podcast recorded its first episode. Now, you guys should probably write this down so that you both, yeah. We have a piece of paper here? Yeah, we do have a piece of paper here. Here we
You
go.
rip it in half.
Yeah, we'll rip it in half. You guys have pens?
I have a pen, but I don't have anything to write.
Oh.
Yes. Hang on. Yes.
Keep it limited.
There you go. All right, so go ahead and give it a try.
I got a pen too if you need it. Okay. Oh, same one.
All right. All right, you're ready? Or you're just, this is 2016.
Okay.
Not the first year we were at Penguicon. The first
No, first episode ever. I had to go back and look it up.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a hint. The name was Woogie Boogie Stan was the name of the episode. Remember that? So I'm sure Matt came up with that.
He did.
Yep.
So.
He's in jail.
He's in jail. All right.
For a long time.
Oh, is he the one that did the regular expressions panel last year?
Yes.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He's doing a completely different panel now.
Yes.
Oh.
Maybe he's teaching Linux to the incarcerated masses. I'm not sure.
All right, you guys, you ready? All right. So
Do we
we have the guys
ask
reveal.
for the
Yeah. So
reveal
you
first?
reveal your answer.
2011.
2009.
Okay. And it is, what is
2011?
2011? All right, Jay.
Yay.
All right, yes, the first episode of Sunday Morning Linux Review was recorded in October of 2011. And I didn't join the show until January 2012.
That's right.
And I've been paying the price ever since.
I want to say you were, was it 12, 11 or 12 you came on? Was it
12, January 1st, 2012.
It was New Year's
Episode-
Day we recorded.
Yeah, so
So what episode number are you on now?
190
We're on,
something.
this is 192. No, yeah, this is 192.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they could have figured that out. since you-
Could have reverse engineered because it's done weekly. Yeah. It would have been pretty close.
No, there was
some
almost 2
skips.
years in the middle that we did bi-weekly.
Oh, okay.
There was a couple,
and then we'd come
for a
back
while we
to
did bi-weekly, then we went back. You know, so, all right. So we
Right.
have our winner. It is Jay, and Jay has won a lovely Sunday Morning Linux Review t-shirt.
Yeah, we have 2
And,
sizes.
Brian, friend of the show, has won a poster that I don't think he wants. So he can place that out there for someone to take.
No.
Okay.
No? Okay.
So, then we have 2 sizes. One
So-
is extra large and 2X.
Yep. So we are
Take the two right there.
getting it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are going to wrap up our Fresh Looks episode, Old Wine in New Bottles. Tony, so we'll go ahead and get this wrapped up.
Yeah, so you've been listening to the Sunday Morning Linux Review. This was episode 192.
That's right. Fresh Looks, Old Wine in New Bottles
And
at
if someone-
Penguicon.
And I leave you a little bit of humor. If you want to see some fun reading, just look up the Wikipedia list of Linux kernel names, and you can find out. There's even one. There's a farting weasel, a suicidal squirrel.
Herder, I'm a sheep.
Yes, herder. I'm a sheep. That's. There's a lot of great names
Yeah.
in here. That's definitely. I did not realize how funny there. My favorite is the Jeff thinks I should change this, but to what? That's the name.
That was the name of a kernel release, yeah. So anyway,
Anyways.
all right. So
Thank you.
Yep.
So this has been Tony Bemis.
Mary Tomich.
And Tom Lawrence.
See you next time. Oh, we're done.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you all.
To the
for
Sunday
throw a link
Morning
hanging in there.
Linux Review.
website.
Yeah.
If you would like more information
Yes.
about this or other shows, go to smlr.us.
Okay.
Feel free to send comments to show@smlr.us or give us a call at 734-258-7009. I'm John.
That's right. Yeah.
You don't like it?
You can have them all.
Bite my 8-bit metal ass. That's bite with a Y.
All right. Thanks, Tony, for filling in with your laptop. That really
works.
I'm going to probably put PCBSD back on this thing, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just a mess. It's like it just.
All right.
Nuts.
Say goodbye to everybody on YouTube
All right.
listening to
Bye.
us.
Oh.
It's probably
Y'all
this
doesn't belong to anyone?
Yeah.
Probably